So God can stand up for himself. And as I said, the law is a description. The law ensures, like reminds a person not to break covenant with God himself, okay? So not to leave the boundaries, okay? That's what the law does. And if, for instance, God himself draws a person to, like, to a woman, that is not a sin. And the law is not being violated. Because the main purpose of the law to defend a person from entities, not from an action. Because if an action directed by God, so a person is not separating from God doing it. He's even becomes more closed, you know, like he's from obedience. The practice of obedience kind of, you know, makes fellowship even better, okay? So the principle is for first commandment to always be secure. Okay, this is the main purpose. So the person walks in God, and other entities who try to make themselves God of that person and sit on his head are forbidden, are pushed away, forbidden from taking position on a human's heart or human's head, his decision making center. Okay, so God does not need the law to punish the person. He just shows the person, check up. If you want to do something, who's it coming from? So he just it's a defense mechanism. Okay, if a person doesn't feel anymore God's presence so much. But there's a question, by the way. If a person doesn't feel God's presence anymore, maybe he first should, and he actually must, search for God's presence, God's face first. So the law will be around God's flow, God's grace flow again. Because otherwise, when the law has been hijacked, it's useless and even harmful and lawless. Such law becomes lawless. So what Satan does, let's say it's Satan, Sitrachra, okay? Like I drew it like the pillar, like I drew the flow of God. So Satan wants to flow like this through a person, as if he's God, okay? And make life of a person miserable and devoid of life. So in this position, life is secure, and life, God himself, he can defend himself. He needs no punisher, no Satan instrumental for God. So Satan comes and claims the law for himself to punish for its violations. Okay, so he tries to convince a person that he is to make a person to look up to him for the law. Okay, So the person looks up to him and makes Satan the parasite, the predator, his god, okay, to make. So and Satan tries to capitalize on it. He tries to hijack the law and capitalize on it, meaning stealing energy from a person and gaining influence, like not only in the brain of that person, but among people. Because a demonized person can fool others around. He can gain momentum. He can gain like political scores. He can like even in the kindergarten, okay, like or maybe at school, like the bully. Some people would say he's not ruthless. He's not wicked. They would say he's just, okay. So that's how it may happen when wicked spirit hijacks the law. So desire to punish, not to defend, you know, but punish and enjoy, especially enjoyment on punishment based on law, comes only from Satan. Okay? Never comes from God. So, you know, desire to punish instead of forgiving a person, for instance. And next time, defending yourself if Satan comes. Okay? If you are attacked, defending yourself. Okay? So, and you know, Satan always begs for foothold. Okay, when you are in position of power, Satan begs. He begs for foothold. Okay. So why is it easy for Satan to deceive law-obedient people? Because you know, the only law actually, especially in the Christian era, must be holding to this flow of grace by any means possible. Because this is the truth by itself. It will like re-establish or establish the boundaries of the law around himself, you know, itself, himself, the flow of grace, okay, whenever and however it wants. When person follows this grace, this pillar of light, okay, like inside himself, when he's obedient, it's already been like, you know, you don't need to calculate because it's directly from God. Whenever you walk, make a step with it, you don't have to calculate. It will be 2 plus 2 equals 4. You know, no matter what odds, regardless of all odds, you will see that you made the right step, because this is the primary spirit. The grace of God is the primary spirit. Okay? And the only spirit of truth. The Holy Spirit is the spirit of truth. All other spirits are lying. Okay, lying because they are not established, they are not from God. They are disconnected. Okay, they are distractions. So, what's probably so? The law is to ensure life. Okay, to defend life. Okay, and I'll say again, like a person may want to do something, and the Satan will be shouting, you're about to commit a crime. They're about to but if God directs you to do it, Satan is lying. Okay, and but Satan will be lying. He will try to exploitate the law to pull you away from God. Okay, And God, the grace trumps law. Okay, it's like the finishing of the law. It's like the cup, you know, like a cap on the head of the law. Okay, so that's how it is. So again, God needs no Satan as a punisher for violating his law. God himself protects and establishes his law around himself, and protects the person by his law, the person who follows him, not law, him directly, the presence of God, of Christ, and he will push by the energy of the law, or maybe even by the energy of grace himself, okay, the person from the advance of Satan. And Satan will be shouting, no, 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 come on, no, 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 come here, do the law, you are about to violate the law. See how it is, how wicked and subtle the deception is. Okay, so if you follow Christ, if you follow grace, if it's like piercing you from the top of your head down and below, okay, and you're walking in this column of light, in this liquid fire in you, you need no other asking anybody else. The environment will adjust to this flow because it's primary to the environment, and it does the truth as it is truth, real time around you, so you carry the truth. Okay, so all the satans who run to you in this condition, shouting, come on, you are violating the law, come on, you have to do this and this, must be kicked to the curb. Okay,